Shalom, folks. Ain't been here in a while. I've had a lot of you saying when's the next YouTube video, so here it be. So, Bruce Booza here, United States Senate candidate for 2008 here in the state of Vermont. So, I've been posting these videos to go along with my Facebook posts to kind of explain things a little bit. Now, time to catch up a little bit here. I just posted a bunch of them today. What I've been doing lately is I've been filling out a lot of surveys. So that's been taking some time. But what I had done in the previous, I had written up a pretty long article on where I was heading to, who I am, because I want you to know who I am. That's what these posts are all about. So you know who I am. Whether you want to vote for me or not, at least you know who you're voting for or who you're not voting for. And so I've been putting excerpts up, and today quite a few of them got put up there, and so I got to catch up with some videos. But the first one I put up today was a video of Anya, a candidate for U.S. House of Representatives. Okay. Check her out. I enjoyed the interview. Very refreshing. Very intelligent speaker, and I really enjoyed it. So check that out, and be sure, if you like it, share it. It's, you got to do more than hit like, okay? Hit the share button so people can find out who people are so they can go ahead and vote for them. All right. The next thing I put up there, oh, yeah, Dan Feliciano, I believe is how it's spelt there. He put a post up I responded to today. And about problems with problem solving. Yeah, check that out. That was pretty interesting. And I might get a little deeper into some of that material in a later post of mine. All right. So the next post I put up was a little investigation into the word citizenship and who are citizens, who gets the vote, who's got the right to bear arms, who's got the right to vote, and that type of thing. And I tried to put some things that make you think about a few things, right? And one of them had to do with, with the background checks and how people, have this discussion of background checks for firearm purchases. So I'm relating those same requests, put the same requests out for voter registration, background check, so we can see if you're an American in good standing, peaceable American, and to do a little background check on you so you can vote. And where did I get that from? You should be asking, right? Well, maybe I should let you holler at me first. I got to do background check to vote. What kind of person is he, right? Every person of the full age of 18 years who is a citizen of the United States having resided in this state, that's Vermont, for a period established by the General Assembly and who is of quiet, peaceable behavior, and will take the following oath or affirmation shall be entitled to all privileges of a voter in this state. You solemnly swear or affirm that whenever you give your vote or suffrage touching any matter that concerns the state of Vermont, you will do it so as in your conscience you shall judge will most conduce to the best good of the same as established by the Constitution. That's actually this book, what I'm reading on it. Without fear or favor of any person. Okay? Every person who will attain the full age of 18 years by the date of the general election who is a citizen of the United States having resided in this state for the period established by General Assembly and who is of quiet and peaceable behavior will take the oath or affirmation set forth in this section shall be entitled to vote in the primary election. So, there's some questions that come up. How do we know you reside in the state? How do we know you're an American? How do we know you're of a quiet and peaceable behavior? I guess that's where they get, if you get a felony, you don't get to vote anymore, I guess. I reckon that's where that must come from, right? And you're 18 years of age. How do we know all that stuff? You know, some stranger comes to me and says, hey, I want to register to vote. Fine. Who are you? What name should I put on the piece of paper? Where do you live? Type of thing. So, you know, that was one of the posts, getting into that a little bit. And then had an interesting thing here about identification in America. That's something we should talk about sometime more in depth. Right? There's a lot of challenges in there. Oh, then who applies these oaths, right? There's another, the first one, the voter qualification, was Section 42 in the Vermont Constitution. This one is Section 56. Oath of allegiance, oath of office. Every officer, whether judicial, executive, or military in authority under this state, before entering upon the execution of office, shall take and subscribe to the following oath or affirmation of allegiance to this state, unless the officer shall produce evidence that the officer has before taken the same. And also the following oath or affirmation of office, except military officers, and such as shall be exempted by the legislature. You do solemnly swear or affirm that you will be true and faithful to the state of Vermont, and that you will not directly or indirectly do any act or thing injurious to the Constitution or government thereof. If an oath, so help you God. If affirmation, under the pains and penalties of perjury. And the oath or affirmation of office. That was of allegiance, was the previous one. You do solemnly swear or affirm that you will faithfully execute the office of whatever for the blank blank of, and will therein do equal right and justice to all persons to the best of your judgment and ability according to law. If an oath, so help you God. If an affirmation, under the pains and penalties of perjury. But something I wanted to notice in here, these things reference the Constitution, right? So it's pretty important. Now the next thing where I went after this, after these oaths and affirmations, is where's the power behind these things? Who do we answer to if we break the oath, right? If an oath shall help you God, if an affirmation under pains and penalties of perjury. Pains and penalties of perjury. So help you God. We answer if we break our oath. Okay? For me, I got to answer twice. I got to answer to God, and I got to answer to pains and penalties of perjury. So, one of my posts gets the gist of, what about all these people taking these oaths to uphold the Constitution? Then when they get in office, they kind of like, oh, that old ragged thing, you know? That old fashioned thing, that's kind of been done away with and ignored. Yes, it has been ignored, but it has not been done away with. So, that's something I think we need to go to. We need to go visit that. All right. And let me just end there with those posts for now. I'm going to pick up a little bit more after that, but this one's long enough. Shalom.